3 for the Spanish Grand Prix around the Circuit Catalunya. I am Jacob, in case you guys don't know me. I have taken a little bit of a hiatus, and I do apologise about it. But I am back. I will be gone next week, but I am back for this week, and I am joined by a certain Mr. LOE Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing the safety car come out. I think that's going to be the interesting one here. See what
Certainly
come out of this
will.
one.
Yeah. We'll have to see how this one turns out to be. And obviously, I know a lot of people have been having a few issues with the safety car. Now, in case you guys can't actually see it on the stream, I've actually put the title incorrectly. So if you want to bear with me, I'm just going to quickly update that. There we go. So it should update. So that should be all good to go. But
Ooh.
obviously, of course, we've just got the normal track map up for now. I will also have the telemetry up. I'll quickly just show that on stream for you guys now. So that's what it's gonna, or this is what it's gonna be looking like. Um, Obviously, this is just for qualifying, so that's what is currently showing up on our side. Once obviously we get into the race, of course, all of that is subject to change. So hopefully by the end of the race, we'll actually be able to see, you know, who have been biggest gainers, biggest losers out of it. I'm not saying biggest losers because it just makes them sound really bad, doesn't it? But you kind of get what I mean. Um,
Ooh.
so,
Cam's round on his outlap. Sorry, apologies. He nearly just DNF'd. But
right,
let's
okay,
start again.
well, let's go over to that then, shall we? So, we've also got this beautiful track map here as well. I'm going to keep it on as the full one because at least we get to see other people's like track maps and stuff like that. We have got quite a few people in here. Heated has returned to the league. I believe it's his first race this season. So, welcome back to Heated. I know he's just signed up as a reserve for now, but it's good to see him back here. Who else have we got that's also come in? Ushin, new member as well for LOE. Well, I say new member. He did join at the beginning of the season, but I think had some issues with his will. He's now got his new will, so it's good to see him making a race, coming in a race as well. We've got the returnees of likes of Cam, Tiggerby, Unsafe Release, Wakir, Starjar, Ton, our championship leader Bree, Bones, DJ Williamson, who I think actually had a pretty good result last time out. I think he finished third or second last time, so good job to him. And obviously you've got the likes of James, Mike, and Aledi and Packer, and Peas as well, along with Eduk, who I think is starting to pick back up where he had left off at the beginning of the season. Now, is there anyone that you particularly want to go on board with, Mark? Because I'm currently sitting on board with Packer, who is on his lap at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go on board with Eduk because he was the one behind him, I believe. Oh yeah, I've got the little fancy map, haven't I?
Yeah, we've got the little track
Forgot
map. So
about
there is a, from what I can see, there's an Alfa Romeo coming up to the line. I was just starting his lap. There's a Red Bull that's also coming up to the line, and I believe that is heated. So is there a Ferrari? Is it a Ledi that's making his way up? No, that'd be Starjar. There's also a Renault, which I think is Brie actually. No, it's not. It's is that a Renault? Oh no, that's a Haas. There's a Haas that's just coming up to the line, which I believe is Mike, who's actually just starting his lap. So Packer is going to be the first one across the line. So Packer, if he does manage to validate this lap, what will he be doing? It is a 120.1 on a set of the hard tyres. What would you reckon we'll be expecting to see for pole for tonight then, Mark?
I think it'll be from one of Heated, J Luke, or yeah, well, one of Heated or J Luke because they are out on the softs.
Oh,
So perhaps more likely J Luke since Heated has just come back to the game. I mean, mediums, I reckon it'll be like 18.2 or something like that. Softs, it's going to be in the 17s, as we might find out now.
here we go. There's an 18.7 from J Luke.
Room for
Interestingly
improvement.
enough. But just having a look in the YouTube chat, we have got the likes of McCrew in the chat, Smitsky, Mr. Ricciardo TTV. We have also got Mark as well. Mark just casually chilling in the chat, just trying to talk as much to the people as possible. Whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, we never know.
Standard.
Exactly. We've also got Ushin, Big C in here as well. A crew cheering on for J Luke. But in the chat,
Big C's
people,
probably
yeah, as I say, put your prediction in the chat. Who you reckon's going to be on pole? Who you reckon's going to be like sort of top 3 in the race? Because at the moment, championship standing wise, Mr. OMG Bree is here. Is the one that's currently leading it, only just from his rival Ben, who actually isn't racing tonight. And then I believe Tun is in third with Educk very close behind him. And these two are currently second and third in this qualifying session in Spain. So we'll see how this one goes with each other. But let's have a look at what tyres everyone's on. Because as you said, J Luke has done his time on the set of the softs. Heated was on the set of the softs. But everyone I can see at the moment is on hards or the mediums, which is actually Cam who's on the mediums. And I was just actually riding on board with someone who was just coming in. Oh, it was coming in the pits. It was J Luke. My apologies. Let's just see. Who else have we got actually on laps? Because a few guys have already done their laps.
Cam's on a lap, but he's got some traffic ahead. They've let him through.
Hopefully it hasn't hindered his lap too much.
He's gone purple. Don't know how much I believe these track map things yet, because I haven't really seen them too much in use. But he's gone purple.
Okay. So I guess, as I said, it would be something that we need to try and keep our eye out on. As there's yellows in Sector 2. Can't seem to see on the map who it is, but J-Luke... Oh, Cam goes very wide coming out of the second to last corner. What does he do as his time? It's a 19.0, so it didn't actually invalidate his lap, but it did look like it cost him a little bit of time. Probably could have thought he would have beaten J-Luke's time from that one there, Mark.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's now probably got a bit of a predicament as to whether he switches to the softs or he puts another lap on those mediums.
What I have just seen, Educk, an 18.8 on the set of the hards.
That's incredibly rapid.
That is that's an insane time. 4th Division 3 as well. I know a couple of guys in Division 1 that would be sort of doing around that time on the hards. Even in D2 as well.
That's pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, McCrew. I believe J Luke is full time off the top of my head.
Yeah, so Ushin was the one that was full-time, but because obviously he didn't turn up for a few races because of his wheel issues, J-Luke was the one that did get the full-time seat. As just watching James come across the line, puts himself up into P8, doing himself a 20.2. It looks like it's a very, very close grid at the moment as well.
Yeah, really incredibly close. I think between 12th and, well, even to a Kursk. I mean, it's point 0.7, so that's 8 drivers with 0.7 between them. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Big C's probably come just to spy on the chaos that the safety car could actually cause for PSGL. I suspect we had a little brief exchange with him about it on Twitter. So nice to see him in the views.
Yeah, may as well come in, just obviously check it out. I know it can be a bit, it's a little bit hectic with the safety car as of recent because of this update. So we'll see how they get on with that. But I believe it was Unsafe Release who's just come across the line, putting himself into P14, doing a 21.4 on a set of those hard tyres. I believe, is it Ushin that's just coming across the line? No, it was a Williams, which I think is J Luke actually just starting his lap on a set of the mediums. Someone has just jumped up as well. Who was that? I think it was that Bree? It was Bree.
Yeah, I wonder if J Luke was sandbagging a little bit because he's gone onto the he's invalidated actually, according to this track map.
Interesting.
And I think he has because it's gone back down to 0 on his ERS. So
I'm just watching on board of Ushin as he's just making his way around the second to last corner now, coming up around the final corner, making his way up to the line. What does Ushin do as his time? He does a 19.2 on a set of the hards as well. So not a bad time for the reserve in the Racing Point.
Cam's saying he's a bit ill. It's not ideal. I'm normally a bit ill on the Saturday nights as well, but it's normally after the race.
That's not ill, Mark. That's just being drunk. There's definitely a difference there.
Um,
I'm going to go on board with Jay Luke actually because he's just coming around the final chicane now. So he's going to be starting up his lap. I'm just seeing if there's anybody else that are really sort of going on for their lap at the moment, as I see a few guys just making their way into the pits. They're really doing like their first sort of set of lap times. Cam is just about to start his lap, I believe, as well, on still like a youth set of medium tyres. So Jay Luke obviously I know invalidated his first lap, so he would have been taking it easy out on that first lap he'd done on those mediums. So he's going to be going for his proper lap now, and he's actually a tenth up on his time from his soft tyre time.
Yeah, he's looking really good.
Yellow's over in sector 3. Looking on the track map, I can't seem to see what it is. I think it's just someone letting someone by. Even in sector 1 as well, I think it's just Toro Rosso just letting someone by, which I think was Bones. Maybe just making his way out of the pit. Or Packer, actually. My apologies.
This track map is so good for quali in particular. He's gone fastest again in sector 2.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't seem to have like the actual colours showing up on mine, so I'm just taking a wild guess. As here we go, J Luke. Sorry to interrupt you, Mark. J Luke making his way around the final chicane now. It is looking pretty good. Goes very wide out of the second to last corner, though, which is going to cost him a little bit of time. But does he improve from his 118.7? No, he doesn't. He's done a 19.3 on those mediums, so he was up on his time. It was just that final sector. He didn't manage to just claw the lap together, as there's a McLaren making his way up the line. That was P's putting himself up into P5. And I believe one of the Red Bulls are also making a start on their lap. And one is just coming across the final corner now, which is heated, as he does a 19.8. So it only goes shy of what Total Peace has just done as his time.
Do you know what? He gave Tiggerby a bit of a drag as well, which is quite humorous
And
because Tiggerby went over the line and that put him in a second.
yeah, I was going to say. So Tiggerby up into P2. So we'll see how a few of the other guys try to fare on those medium tyres as well, because obviously J Luke done his tyre, or done his time, sorry, on a set of the softs. So he may want to try and go out again on those set of the mediums, even though he's done 2 laps on them, just to try and, you know, start on those medium tyres. Because I know the softs, they do not last whatsoever.
No. Oh, James taking a very aggressive line over, I think it's turn 12, the one with the massive bump.
Yeah, just sticking on board with him now as he comes through the final chicane. Goes a little bit too deep in the exit, but it doesn't look like it's going to hinder his lap as he makes his way around the final corner and up towards the line. It was an invalidated lap. Interesting.
Which track colours are obviously not any use then. We've established that very early.
But obviously now we've got about 5 minutes left of the qualifying session. A few of these guys are just also trying to make their way into the pits now just to get themselves a fresh set of medium tyres or even the softs if they're ever choosing to go on the softs. Really quickly, we'll switch over to the race info, what we've got here. So it looks a bit jumpy already, but this is what we have got. It is all on your screen now. So of course we've just got J Luke, who you can see is 1 on pole at the moment. For some reason he is registered as 119. No idea why, but I can't actually change any of the numbers on them, but that's what it just shows up as. Of course, obviously you've got, as I said, it's a lot of movers and stuff like that at the moment as well. A Racing Point has looked as if they've done about 4 or 5 laps, which I think is Ushin. So it does say here, yeah, 4 laps on those hard tyres he's been doing. So he's been trying to work those hard tyres to try and get the best possible time out of them.
Tiggerby's going on soft, I believe. It's interesting to see what J Luke does. Does he react? If there's a few people that go out on softs, does he then react? Because he's got 2 lap worn. So he's not really 2 lap worn, that's the thing. Because the first lap he backed out very early. But he might just settle for that, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ushin is actually on a lap, and he's currently 4 tenths up on his time. So if he does do this, he could actually qualify like towards the top 2 on a set of the hards.
Does he want to do this?
Well, it's up to him. As I said, he's 5 tenths up on his time. Coming through the final chicane now. Gets a very nice exit out of it as well. He could actually get on pole.
This seems...
It's only 18.9.
I'm not sure. He's not going to get back round either. Well, I say that. You can't be doing that.
What happened?
He knows what he's done. He's flown over. He's taken the Mario Kart line round.
Got ya. Here we
like
go,
one that's
McCursk.
driving over speed.
Sorry, McCursk just made his way up to line doing a 19.3, so he is putting himself into P7. Nicely done for McCursk. Moving on to, let's just see who else we got on a lap. We've got Packer on a lap. Bree, is he a bit further up? He is actually. He's just making his way around in the final sector. He is 7 tenths up on his time. So with that will put him up into P8, just ahead of total Ps. So we'll keep on board with our current championship leader as he makes his way around the final corner up towards the line. What does Bree do? He actually goes on pole. 18.6.
Wow. Okay.
Decent lap from the Maltese man himself.
This is sketchy at best. Oh, it nearly clipped. And he's flown into the pit.
Who was that, Ushin?
I wonder. Yeah. I think he might just get around. He's going to be, I know this feeling, I think we've all had this feeling before. You know, he's screaming in the garage, come on, game, why is it even making me do this?
Yeah. I'm just watching a few other guys as well that are doing their laps at the moment. J. Luke has now done 3 laps on these medium tyres. Tiggerby, I think, is actually starting, he's doing his lap now on a set of these medium tyres. It's just already had a lap. He went a little bit wide at that corner as well, so he may have invalidated that lap. But it does look as if he is carrying on. So Tiggerby could be on for a pole position here. But I was also going to say, yeah, not only just him, you have also got the likes of Eduk. You've got Ushin. He's not actually out of the pits, so he isn't going to be able to get another lap done. So the best he's going to be at the moment is P5, and you've got the likes of Cam, Packer, Aledi, even a few guys that are on the set of the mediums that haven't done the medium lap time yet. So Eduk, an 18.1.
That'll do it.
As a few guys have just made their way across the line. DJ Williamson's just improved on his time. I think Ivor Bryn Mike's also just improved on his time. Aledi, I believe, has also just jumped up. No, that wasn't Aledi. Sorry, my apologies. Starger's just made his way across the line just to start his lap. And James starting his lap as well.
On softs. As well as Cam.
As Bree is rounding the... Yeah, Bree's just gone round at turn 2. So Bree's qualifying session is over. 18.6 is the best he's going to do, so hopefully that keeps him in P2. As he doesn't want to try and get away any of the other cars, but I'm going to go on board with the other Red Bull of Heated, as he is making his way along the final chicane now. As he actually goes into the pits, Packer has retired from this session. He's actually binned it, I believe. Or was that Bones that's just gotten out of the way? Oh, it was Bones. My apologies for that, but Tun making his way around the final corner now. Will he challenge the likes of Eduk? No, he doesn't. He only puts it up into P6. What about the McLaren Ps? Puts it into P8. We've got the 2 racing points next to each other. Or, let's say the 2 racing points. We've got Eduk. Makes his way into the pits. Ushin just comes across the line, but he didn't actually end up getting a lap done. One of the other ones, which is Mike and DJ Williamson, didn't end up improving the Ferrari. Starger puts it into P16. And then James jumps up to P2. So he didn't actually manage to overtake Aledi. But I'm going to go on board with Cam because I think he's going to be the next one across the line as he makes his way around the final corner now. He has run out of ERS. Is he going to be on pole? He is. Only just.
Big third sector. Big third sector for him.
What about the man in the Mercedes? He just makes his way into the pits. Our final one will be unsafe release as he makes his way into the pits as well. So that is the qualifying session over and done with. Cam, is your man on pole?
Well, this is interesting because apologies for saying I don't want to butcher his name. I believe I would say Oshin.
Ushin, I think it is.
Ushin.
Yeah.
Ushin is he's on really used hards, but he's up in 7th, so he's in a dangerous place in some senses because he's going to struggle to get off the start. But if he can keep with the pack, he's going to be in a very nice spot.
Yeah, that's for certain. But that is obviously the qualifying session all over and done with for the Spanish Grand Prix for Division 3. And we will take a look at the results for that now. So, New Zealand Cam is the one that's on pole, doing a 118.1. Eduk only just shy of that, not even a tenth behind him, on a set of the mediums as well. James in at P3. Doing an 18.4 on the set of the softs. Bree in P4, with J. Luke in 5th, Tigby in 6th, Ushin in 7th on a set of the hards, Tun in 8th with DJ Williamson in 9th, Total P's rounding out the top 10, and then you've got the likes of Packer, Aledi, Mike, Wakursk, Heated, Starger, Bones, and Unsafe Release, all qualifying outside the top 10 and getting their own choice of tyres. Now, the one that's in P11, Packer, he, as I said, he gets his own set of tyres to choose from. So if he chooses to go for the hard tyres, he could try and keep up with the likes of Ushin, who's on more worn hard tyres.
Looks a bit sketchy, the weather.
It does. It looks a bit grey, doesn't it?
No one said anything about rain, but
Maybe they're just keeping it a bit of a secret from us, if it does.
don't glitch. Please don't glitch.
I believe we're okay, as these guys are just all doing their strategies now, getting their correct amount of fuel. As I said, just making sure that they get the right sets of tyres that they'd want to choose from, putting in the right amount of fuel, anything like that. If they wanted to change maybe a little bit on their setup as well. As we will get over into the formation lap for Division 3. But what do you reckon we're expecting to see here then, Mark?
What's going to be key for Cam is getting. This is quite interesting. He's practicing a strategy that I've been practicing, so I'm very intrigued on that. He needs to gap Eduk quick. He needs to hope Eduk gets in a battle with James and Bree. I'm not confident on that purely because Eduk is that much quicker on the mediums than anyone else around here. So it's going to be tough for Cam. I think he just needs to stay focused. Ideally, he just needs to stay. He needs to stay ahead. That's for sure. Not get involved in the train. He needs to break that. But then Oshin and the other guys as well that are going to be starting on the hards, they're going to have a very big part to play. Although the thing is though, Wakursk is the guy that's lowest down. Highest up, I should say, starting on the hards. So that in itself leads me to think that Oshin's probably got away with it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that the top or the guys towards like the top end of ones that are outside of the top 10 didn't actually end up going for a set of the hards. They've all gone for a set of the mediums, which is very surprising to me, to be honest with you, because I would have thought they would try and go for the reverse strategy, make their way up through the pack once obviously the guys on the mediums and soft make their way into the pits. I mean, the guys on the softs are more than likely going to have to do a two-stop anyway, so it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting, but I mean, it could play into their hands. You never know. Literally, a safety car comes out once every 3 laps now, basically. So maybe it could play into their hands. The guys that have actually qualified on the set of the softs, they've just got to hope a collision happens at the back, and then straight into the pits, put themselves on the set of the hards. That's them done and dusted. We made it to the end of the race.
And Dutchface obviously joining on the back after qualifying. He's probably picked the best track to use a default setup, as I think a lot of people are using what feels like a default setup anyway. So maybe he can do some bits.
Yeah, that's for certain, as we're just waiting for all of them to make their way up towards the line now as well. And obviously midway through the race, once a few of the guys make their pit stops, I'll be able to show the race sort of director midway through. But now all of these guys have made their way up towards the line, and we are now just waiting for these 5 red lights to make their way out. As for some reason we have got yellows in sector 3, even though everyone's on the grid. As the 5 red lights are on, and out they go, and away the drivers go as well. Enoch has actually managed to get a very good start, but Cam, an even better start. James making his way past Enoch, especially on those set of the softs tyres as well. Bree alongside J. Luke, despite being on the set of the softs as well. A little bit of contact between the pair of them, but they're still managing to keep it side by side. There is I believe that was a Haas that's gone off. That is Mike.
There's debris everywhere.
And Bree's out. Oh, Bree's round. Along with Peas.
Wow. Often lost a few places as well there, so that's not ideal. Well, Kurska's up to 9th on those hards, so that's an incredible effort from him. And all of a sudden, Cam has opened up a gap to Educk.
Yeah, already, literally almost a second gap just on the first lap as well. As Tiggerby looking to try and maybe make a move on J. Luke, thinks better of it, moves his way back into the racing line, just stays it down in P5 for now, but has got Tun all over the back of him, and Tun looking like he's raring to try and get past Tiggerby ASAP. But the guys on the set of the softs, obviously all managing to stay within that top 4 for now. The only one splitting them up is Enoch, who's actually already made a second up from James. So the top 2 already just clawing their way out of it, as Cam has already made up a second to Educk, as we have already done the first lap of the race so far. Just trying to see if I can get the race info up for you as well, and seeing if there's anything, well, obviously if it is working. I'm not too sure if it actually is working.
I can't see it on my screen. Oh, as James has made a huge mistake. Oh, weird amounts of contact. It seems like there's a bit of lag going on there. Tiggerby gets through. Ton is
just gotten through as well.
Can't comment. Yeah, it's difficult with the amount of lag. DJ Williamson going around the outside of James gets it done.
And Tiggerby got a penalty for gaining a place, for corner cutting it. That's interesting. Did he go around James's outside?
I've never seen that before. I've never seen that as a pen. Yeah, he did, but he's going to be unlucky, I think, because he's probably going to, I don't know the nature of it, he's probably going to have to serve it as a stop and go, and if he serves it, then it can't be reviewed.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and just keeping an eye on like the small little mini map of the track map makes it a lot easier. Just obviously see the small little trains and stuff like that within. Well, obviously like seeing who's like within this train, which cars and stuff like that, rather than having like the full track map and then just sort of like having to squint at who it is. A lot easier having a look at the little mini map, as Packer is all over the back of James, coming down the start finish straight as James goes defensive. Packer maybe looking to go for a move around the outside with the slipstream, goes around the outside, does break it late. James does leave him the space, but James manages to stay up ahead. Those soft tyres are still coping for now. I know it is only lap 3, but they do tend to go off pretty quickly. As you can already see, there's a bit of a gap between the pair of them, as Pease has actually retired from the session. I believe that was in the pit lane, and there's already a safety car. Oh, and a lady's just spun Packer.
Oh no.
So a lady's got wing damage.
Pease has DNF'd. He's not done it in the pit lane. He's done it around the outside of turn 12. It's called the curb, and he's gone straight left.
Oh right. I was to say, because I can see a car that's come out of the pit lane, but I wasn't too sure if that was Pease. Yeah, no, that is Pease. I think he has gone and retired in the pit lane because his car's come back out on track.
Are we sure that's Pease though?
Unless I know it just might be the safety car, and I'm just being a bit of a twit.
I think it might be the safety car.
Yeah, I'm just being a bit of a twit. Azushin's picked up somehow a 3-second time penalty on, even though the safety car is out. As the guys, as I said, that are on the softs, making their way into the pits. It's the best time to do so. Starger picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Bit of a rookie error as both of the Williams drivers are in. So a bit of a double stack with J. Luke and Cam. But nonetheless, that does promote Edoc to your race lead, with Tiggerby in second and Tun in third.
This has worked quite nicely for Cam. He's now going to be in 12th. I mean, if there's no more safety cars, I think off the top of my head, in some ways it might, I don't know, not tough actually, because the guys are obviously going to have to hit for the hards up front, and then he'll have a pace advantage. But now he's still got to come through Dutch face on those hards, 3 guys on the mediums that aren't really that much more worn, like dreadfully, and then 3 sets of hard runners just to get back up to where Edoc and Tiggerby and Tom are going to be.
Yeah, for certain as well. I'm going to have to try and close that telemetry thing because it for some reason has frozen, so I'm not going to be able to actually get that race info for yourself, so apologies about that. I don't know why, it always does love to have a bit of a freeze when it goes to the race. No idea why. Just seems to do that.
I don't know what's going on with Starger and Bones' connection, but they're not interacting very well.
Oh, they can't see each other, I'll take it.
Yeah, potentially.
Yep, they're mounting each other. Yep, there we go. Oh, Bones is literally just on top of Starger.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I hope the game doesn't give them many pens.
Wait, DJ Williamson's just gotten a penalty for a 5-second penalty under the safety car.
For a significant collision, yeah.
No, that wasn't a collision. That was a corner cut, and that was at the chicane. Oddly enough.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Packer got a collision with unsafe release. Well, this has caused some chaos already.
Yeah, certainly has. Certainly has. As James has made his way into the pits, he's coming for a set of mediums, so he didn't actually come in when the safety car came out. He decided to wait until... Well, he just decided to wait entirely. I don't know why he did, to be honest, because he's now down in last. Of course, he's going to be on a fresh set of those mediums, along with the guys that have also made their pit stop into the medium tyres that were on the softs originally. Luckily for them as well, they're going to be, because they've already made a pit, or they've already chosen one compounded tyre, if they wanted to, when the safety car comes in, and they've already done their stint on the mediums, they can shove on another set of the mediums and off they go. As Cam's picked up a 10-second penalty. What? Excuse me?
People are... There are pens everywhere. People are seemingly... What people are doing is they're trying to warm up their tyres and they're going off the track, I think, and they're just getting absolutely like thrown in the bin. So
yeah,
maybe don't do it.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, but safety car is coming in this lap, so I'm going to go on board with our current race leader, who is just trying to control the pack a little bit. So we still have the Red Bull and the Toro, sorry, not Red Bull, the Ferrari and the Toro Rosso just currently mounting each other. Hopefully it shouldn't affect heated that much, but the safety car has made its way in. Edoc, for some reason, still hasn't gone, and now Edoc has gone, and now the race can get back underway. And DJ Williamson looked like he actually got a brilliant start coming off of the back of that. I'm going to go on board with him because he's right all over the back of Tun. Tiggerby also trying to see if he can up and move on Edoc as well, looking to go down his inside as well. Sticking on board with DJ Williamson is looking maybe to go down the inside of Tun. Not enough space for him, but Tiggerby still alongside Edoc, goes around the outside of turn 2 and gets that move done on him.
Tiggerby is just such a wily old, like, he's raced for so many seasons now, he's raced so many league races, he knows what he's doing, but Edoc ran him outside, but denied.
Oh, a little bit of contact between them, but Tiggerby's managed to hold it. Edoc's just given Tiggerby a little bit more of a shove as well. And Edoc is now back in the lead of the race, but Tiggerby looking to go for a switchback on Edoc as well, leading up towards turn 7 and turn 8. Has he managed to hold it? They're both still side by side. Tiggerby and Edoc still contesting it, and Tiggerby's managed to get back past Edoc. But now on the lead up towards turn 10, the hairpin, will Edoc look to try and maybe go for a dive on Tiggerby? He doesn't. Does anyone else go for a dive? Obviously, you still got the two cars that are mounting each other, so Packer is probably scared for his life trying to get past these two. Because I would be as well. As Tun's actually gotten past Edok as well. I didn't manage to catch that, unfortunately. He's actually dropped down another place.
Oh
And he spun
no,
DJ Williamson.
oh.
And I think Bones has just been smacked by it.
Yeah, I think there was contact with Starger as well, and Starger's been smacked by it.
Oh, was it Starger?
Wow.
I thought it was Bones. My apologies.
That was untidy from someone, I don't know.
I think that was more Edok because DJ Williamson was alongside him at one point. As, oh, hello, in the back there. Packer heated Mike and McDutchface. As Mike goes down the inside. Sorry, Mark, go on.
No, I was just taking him, and then we've got Cam as well that's flying through the field. He's up to 5th, so he's a man on a mission as well. Tom is not being able to keep up with Tiggerby. Tiggerby's in a great position here, but there's unsafe release now on Cam.
I'm just going to stick on board with this one then as well, because there's a lot of action that's already going on this safety car restart. And a few of these guys, well, in fact, Cam is actually might be going behind Packer as Packer goes down his inside up towards turn 9. Gets that move done on New Zealand Cam, who's actually lost out yet another place. Bree has just had a bit of a half spin in that, and Cam's actually left the session. But Bree has spun going up the hill.
Yeah, Cam is not, quite literally not at the races.
Yeah, unfortunate for him as well, because I know he was quite looking forward to this race, but at the same time with obviously him being a bit ill as well.
Tom doesn't have DRS, so he does really close this gap.
I'm going to actually go on board with this little train that's up ahead. So we've obviously got the likes, leading this train, we've got J. Luke, McDutchface with Kursk, Ushin and Leddy. And James is also sort of starting to join in the action. But then just up ahead of them, you've got the likes of Unsafe Release, Packer, Mike and Heated. In fact, all still within that train. Then you've got the top 3 that have already pulled out a 3-second gap to Bones, who's actually done quite well to stay up into P4 for now as well. And a set of hard tyres.
Done exceptionally well.
So that safety car has really benefited him, as just in the background you can see Ushin getting past Kursk there. And just up ahead as well, Packer's looking like he's wanting to try and get a move done on Unsafe Release. As Unsafe Release actually goes very wide, coming out of the exit of turn 9. Packer now looking to go around the outside of him. Gets the move done, moves up into P5, and now his next person to try and chase down is his teammate.
Packer has done a couple of very good overtakes this race already. I'm looking forward to seeing his highlights. And some exceptional moves in some very odd places.
Without a doubt, especially obviously before the safety car came out as well. But McDutchface goes very wide coming out of the second to last corner. Has compromised his run, and now Kursk is all over the back of him. Kursk. But because McDutchface has got that DRS the same as Kursk, he's not going to be able to get a move done on him. And in fact, McDutchface is pulling away from him on the straight. But these trains are all so tight together. And then look how close the top 3 are together as well.
Well, this is it. There's no kind of no respite at all. The top 3, there's a small bit. Bones is probably in a nice place. I think Packer is going to come up and challenge Bones, because he seems to have got away from that previous pack. But Bones is in a really good spot. If their tyres start to go off, what he really wants is Packer's tyres to start feeling it at some point fairly soon, before anything goes down, really.
Yeah, for certain as well. And J. Luke looking like he's getting a little bit out of touch going up into turn 9. And now Ushin all over the back of him, looking to go down his inside, coming up in towards turn 10. Is Ushin going to get that move done? He's still on his inside. J. Luke gives him a little bit of a squeeze, but Ushin is through and now up into P9 and looking to try and chase down this little train that's still up ahead of him of Heated Mike and Unsafe Release. So will Ushin be able to try and make his way through that pack as Heated goes for an audacious dive in the chicane, loses out a few places, hits Kursk in the process of that as well. I don't think Kursk was expecting him to actually try and go for a move on that at all. As Mike giving Ushin a bit of a squeeze, but then, oh no, it's going to go 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of contact between them as well. As Ushin's made his way up into P7. I don't know what happened with that, because I got a really bad camera angle for that.
Yeah, the camera angle down the main strip is pretty untidy, to be fair.
All I could see was just J-Luke given a little bit of a shove then. Obviously, I know Ushin and Mike were both side by side, but I think when Ushin got past Mike, moved back in towards the racing line, but I don't think J-Luke was expecting him to, and then just kind of got shoved a little bit. And I don't think Ushin was expecting him to be there, but nonetheless, obviously he's still racing. He's only lost one position, but he's now going to try and get past McDutchface once again, as McDutchface goes defensive up into turn 9. I'm just going to stick on board with him because it's going to be a much better camera angle to see. As J-Luke actually goes around the outside of McDutchface into turn 10. And you've also got the 2 Red Bulls that are scrapping as well. J-Luke gets a bit out of touch. Heated goes down his inside into turn 12.
Oh, this is... Oh, James is just putting his note. I don't think James is there, potentially.
Oh, I don't know, you know. He was holding it around the outside of his teammate.
What a move.
I think he's gotten it
They
done.
are. Oh, this is...
Oh, this could be bad. This could end very badly. Eddie trying to go 3 wide. He is making it 3 wide. Just had to put on the brakes as well, but that's hampered Bree because I don't think Bree was expecting him to brake so early.
That is a crazy train. We missed Osham getting past unsafe release. He is flying, by the way. He is absolutely flying around. He made very short work of unsafe release. I think he could well be an outsider for a podium here.
Certainly could, and as I said, because he started on the he started on the set of the hards. Already made his way into the pits to go on mediums. He can go on another set of the mediums at the end of the race. So he could be on for a very good result, as the guys that are on the mediums, they're going to have to go on the hards at the end of the race.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have to stretch them perhaps slightly uncomfortably, but not to the point where they become in danger of puncturing, I would suspect.
Yeah. Really quickly as well, just a bit at the final points position. Aledi getting past Heated, going down into turn 10. Bree is now all over the back of Heated as well. But with those 10-lap old medium tyres, it's going to be tight, as there is a change for P2, Ton and Eduk. Eduk just going down his inside, I believe. Oh, going down Ton's inside with that DRS as well. I don't think there was anything much that Ton could do, as there's yellows in sector 3. I'm going to see if I can see who it is. It's Bree. Bree's spun at the final corner. As there's Haas that's in as well, which is Mike. So Mike's coming in the pits already. He's the first one to actually make a proper pit stop. I wonder if Bree's got any wing damage.
I think he
does.
May well do,
Yeah, he does.
Just where he was on the track.
Yeah, he's got wing damage. Unfortunately.
Did that in practice earlier as well.
Nah.
Not a fan of that corner.
But
now looking at Tiggerby's.
And we've also got the 2 Toro Rossos quite close to each other as well, as Eduk has actually just gone and done a purple sector 2. But the 2 Toro Rossos, Packer actually sends it on his teammate Bones, and I think Bones has just let him go, just said see you later, just go on ahead.
Go away.
Yeah. He's on a harder compounded tyre, so I imagine Packer might actually make a pit stop this lap, as Eduk, in fact Tiggerby makes his way into the pits, and so does Ton. Does Packer follow him in? No, he doesn't. Eduk's actually just set the fastest lap of the race. Anybody else follow him into the pits? Ushin, no, stays out. Unsafe release, stays out. But Dutchface stays out. J-Luke and James, I imagine, they're probably also going to be staying out, as I believe Bones and Ushin are also currently about to battle as well. But other than that, there's a few other guys. Dutchface and Unsafe Release. Dutchface gets past Unsafe Release. Has now got J-Luke all over the back of him, along with James and Lenny. So this little train is still going in full swing as well. Just keep an eye on that little mini-map as well. And you can see the other Red Bull as well is just starting to claw his way back in because of these guys all battling as well. You got to think Heated's going to catch up pretty quickly as Bree makes his way into the pits and gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. J-Luke now seeing if he can go around the outside of Unsafe Release. Unsafe Release dives it and goes too deep on the brakes. J-Luke just says see you later, gets that move done, and now J-Luke up into P6 trying to chase down McDutchface.
Oshin having a look at Bones. Didn't quite work out. Tiggerby had a 5-second pen, didn't he? So he's had to serve that in the pits. So he's lost a lot of time to Tom.
Yeah. He certainly has. So that's going to benefit Edok quite a bit, actually. So Edok, he still hasn't come into the pits yet. That's probably why.
What is his? Well, this is it, isn't it? What's his plan? This is what I want to know, because what's interesting is he is gapping Ton to the point where I
Oh,
believe
Ushin
it's
on
about 22
Bones.
and a half seconds.
Sorry, Ushin's just managed to get past Bones and is now up into P3. So the 2 racing points are on an absolute charge. As Jay Luke's also just gotten past McDutchface as well into turn 2. As they're both still side by side, actually. McDutchface, could he get back past Jay Luke going through turn 3? They're still side by side, actually, as well. But McDutchface has the inside
Could
line, gets that move done, and also just in the background as well, you can see there's a bit of a train going on. Unsafe Release has actually got wing damage. He didn't manage to catch that. I don't know how he got that, but James
I think
gets
it's
that
him and
move
James.
done. Oh,
They were taking it to the streets in the third sector a little bit, I think.
right, gotcha. I was about to say, because Unsafe Release has just gotten back past James as well, despite having that wing damage. And Aledi's now just being held up by all of this, wanting to try and catch up to those 2 guys that are battling up ahead of him. As Unsafe Release really does not like that turn 9 corner. I know he's got wing damage, but he really doesn't like it. As Aledi actually sends one up the inside. He was leaving, he was left the room, sorry.
He ducks in nice and safely.
Does Packer
And I
follow him?
believe,
Packer follows him.
I think he's going to get the jump on Ton, unless Ton absolutely has haired it round this final lap.
I'm going to stick on board with Ton. As Edok is now just making his way out of the pits. You can see it on the track map. He's actually gotten out ahead by quite a significant amount as well. In fact, there you
Wow,
can
he's got
see. Yeah, James is literally just behind him.
massive jump, absolutely massive jump on Ton, and poor Tiggerby. A penny for his faults, because he would have been, I believe, I mean, he's called up about 2 seconds to Ton already from that 5-second pen, so he would have been probably right with Eduk.
Potentially even ahead.
Yeah.
Especially with all of these guys battling as well. But Jay Luke still all over the back of McDutchface. He is not giving this fight up, as he's actually got a DRS open. Is he going to go for a dive? No, he thinks better of it. But you still got this little mid-pack battle here as well. Aledi's actually, I've realised, managed to get past James. So James's medium tyres are going to start to die out.
One thing that I'd like to just give a shout out to is McDutchface. He started last.
Very true. He
And
hasn't
I
made a
know
pit
he's got a
stop yet.
pit, but he's done incredibly well just to get round with no trouble.
But he's still under pressure from the likes of Jay Luke and Edok. Edok obviously being on 11th lap fresher tyres as well, compared to these 2 up ahead of him.
Just playing into Austin's hands big time.
Yeah, all she's got to do really is just stay out for maybe 1 or 2 more laps. You can take, as I said, you can chuck on another set of the mediums, and then that's that done.
I think there's a high probability Jay Luke gets out the way this lap. Maybe the next lap.
Maybe even this next corner. Well, I don't know, because he's still in that battle with McDutchface. Although he did not get an exit out of there as well. Edok now looking to go down the inside. A little bit of lag from the pair of them, but Jay Luke trying to hold it around the outside of the racing point. Was left a little bit of room, but Edok just giving him a bit of a squeeze, and he's now up into P3. And Edok is now trying to chase down the other man on the set of the hards, which is McDutchface. But he's on 15 lap old hards compared to Edok's what's now going to be his 2 lap old hards.
Eduk's in a nice spot now. He should be able to very comfortably do this under DRS. I'm not even sure McDutchface will fight it. Or he is.
He does go a little bit defensive on the inside, but I don't think that's really going to hinder Edok that much either. Yeah, swoops it around. That's that done. And is now going to be trying to chase down his teammate for the lead of the race. But don't forget, Ushin still does have to make that pit stop. Edok has already made his, but Ushin can go on another set of the mediums because he started on a set of the hards, but because of the safety car, he's obviously come in and Dutch face is
Dutch
out.
face is out.
Oh, you could just see it. He got too much on the grass there as well, coming through turn 4, and there's another safety car, so that has played well into Ushin's hands.
It has. It should do. But it also, I think it plays into...
The guys that have also still on the mediums as well, like J. Luke, James as well. Even heated on his 16-lap old hards. Literally the
See, they
whole
would
of the
have come
top
out 8th.
6.
They would have come out 8th, but they would have come out behind Tom. In regards to where they'd have come out without this safety car. So let's see where they come out.
Yeah, there
instead.
you go. Ushin in. I suspect Elok isn't going to obviously go in. Nope. Does J. Luke follow him in? J. Luke goes in. Aledi go in as well? Yep. James? Yep. Oh, it's followed him though. The two teammates. Ton stayed out though. And Tiggy's just got on a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. So he's going to have to get that served sooner or later as well.
Tom's got past him.
Oh, he has as well. He's passed Ushin. Oh, but the mediums. I suspect that has played massively into Ushin's hands now. All he's got to do is really just not try and hit the back of Tun in the safety car, and then I think this is Ushin's race to win. Quite frankly. Starger gets a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. I've not even been able to keep up with the track of penalties either, so especially with
meaty pens.
Oh well. Yes, there is. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking a few people were probably quite close to getting disqualified.
I don't even think Cam's ghost is out of this one.
But all the guys that made their pit stops previously are now probably absolutely kicking themselves. I know they probably didn't know that this was going to happen, but if they would have just waited for one more lap, 1 or 2 more laps, they could have had the safety car. Time to pit.
This is the thing.
But you never know, do ya?
Guys like, well, this is it. Bones. Poor Bones has been an absolute victim of that, as has been Packer, as has Eduk.
Yeah. Same with Ton. Nico just in the chat saying Ushin can't do med to med. He actually started on the hards, Nico. So he went hard to medium because he put it under the first safety car. So Ushin really has just been pitting under the safety car entirely as Tigamy makes his way into the pits. And I believe that's also Mike and Wakursk making their way into the pits as well.
If you're, let's say you're 15th, 14th, you're in Bones or Starger's position, do you just do something a bit nuts? Do you put the softs on and just go, right, if another safety car comes out, I'll just do soft?
You could do. I mean, Bones is now up into 11th because of coming under the safety car. And to be fair, even though he's on 4-lap old mediums, at least 2 of those laps have now been under the safety car. So his mediums aren't exactly going to be wearing off anytime soon. He could potentially still take these to the end. And with those guys that are still on the hards as well, just up ahead, I mean, if that is the case, Bones could still finish around sort of P7, P6. As somehow Bree has ignored the yellow flags and gotten a penalty for it.
Oh, he's flying. He must be flying around the zone.
Potentially.
I just don't really...
It's very interesting, isn't it?
What it highlights, I mean, look, while this is going on, I think there's obviously been a lot of talk about the safety car. I think it just highlights the lack of experience people have with it.
Yeah.
Because some of the mistakes being made are just... I don't necessarily blame them for making it. I'll probably make a couple later. But they are fairly innocuous mistakes. Like going off track, cutting corners and stuff.
Speeding under the safety car as well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even speeding in the pit lane.
let's be honest, the two incidents that we've seen, we haven't seen where P's went off. Well, we can guess, but we saw McDutch face. I mean, they're safety cars, right? Like, they are legit safety cars.
Yeah.
So we can say that, you know, perhaps it's a bit much or whatever, but both of those would definitely be SCs. And that's what we wanted. So I don't know. Is it necessarily the most fun thing in the world? Probably getting like loads of pens and stuff and feeling like you're in a bit of roulette. Maybe not. So I don't know. It is a tough one.
Yeah. As Wakash Staja, I just also seen him come into the pits. I thought Wakash had already made his way into the pits before, though. Strangely enough. He's still on 6-lap old mediums. Whereas Staja's on fresh mediums. So I don't know if Wakash didn't have any sort of fresh mediums and just come in, shoved someone thinking that they were sort of fresh mediums, and now he's going to have to try and take those to the end, even though they've already done 6 laps. So that's going to be tight for him.
Do you want a D1 update?
Go for it.
Luigi's winning and Campbell is second.
Really? Have they pit yet?
I don't know. I've just seen it in the chat.
Oh wow.
But safety car is in, which is handy because we also have a race. No one else could crash.
Yeah.
And we really appreciated.
Yes, what I say. Come on, boys. We've got a race in about 20 minutes as well, so get a move along. But let's see, as you said, safety car is obviously coming in this lap. Edok going to be now trying to control it again. He's going to have an absolute blistering start if he wants any chance of still winning this race, especially ahead of his teammate. As Edok, he's now going for it. Tons obviously managed to follow him quite well out of it and broken away a little bit from Ushin, but I don't think Ushin was too phased by it. Now, just keep an eye on towards the back of it. The two Red Bulls are looking like they're going to be scrapping as James and Heated are both side by side going towards turn 1. Lady and J. Luke as well. They're going 2 by 2 like bloody Noah's Ark. And J. Luke and Lady still both side by side. The two Red Bulls are still both side by side. James going back down the inside of Heated. And James managed to get that move back done on him. Lady managed to get in that move done on J. Luke as well. Back down towards the end of the grid as well. I forgot Cam's one was a ghost, wasn't it? So ignore me on that one. But look at the top 5. As the two Red Bulls are still scrapping each other. A little bit of push and shove with Heated.
Edok almost needs to keep this gap to where Ton has DRS on him, but like 8 tenths behind, just to keep Oshin at bay.
Yeah.
The Ton is hard to pass. I know that for a fact.
Yep. I definitely can say that as well.
It's a bit bizarre because I feel like if Edok actually breaks the DRS, he loses the race.
Yeah, because then it's going to be tough for Ton to try and keep up with him as well. But we haven't obviously got the DRS activated as of yet. It's just all going to be down to slipstream. Give it a couple more laps. As Tiggy's made his way into the pits, so I don't know if he's going on the set of softs. He might have actually broken his wing or something. Oh, no. He had the drive-through, didn't he? So he's serving that drive-through penalty.
He's been completely and utterly nerfed this race. I feel really bad for him. If Aledi can get past Packer, he can also start putting the pressure on Oshin as well, because he's also in the same boat, as is J. Luke, as is Heated, as is James. So Packer actually is the cork in the bottle, as is Tom.
Yeah, look at that. Edok's already broke that DRS to Ton. Even though there isn't a DRS as of yet, maybe next lap, I think DRS will be activated once again. But look at how close Ushin is to the back of Ton compared to where Ton is to the back of Edok.
This is going to be...
This is Still anyone's race.
Not the best of exits from the Racing Point in third there.
As has just gone around a little bit. I think at the end, at the final corner, I think had a little bit of a collision with his teammate. As Aledi is alongside Packer going into towards turn 1, trying to go around the outside for the inside of turn 2, keeps it around the outside, maintains that for the inside, and gets past Packer, and is now going to be trying to chase down Ushin, who is also the other man on a set of the mediums. So Aledi could be also on for a very good result, as well as Ushin. These two could be fighting for the lead of the race.
So now, as very deep there behind Tom into that corner. That's cost him a little bit of time. Tom needs to get an absolute move on here. Good. Looks good to me. That looks a bit untidy, and I don't think he's not going to be able to do it before the back straight.
I think Packer could be under a little bit of trouble as well from those guys on the mediums behind. Because now Heated is out of the question, or Heated's obviously dropped down into P13 because of that little collision he had with his teammate. He's obviously got the two guys on the mediums of Jay, Luke, and James just behind him. And you know what these guys can be, or how these guys could be towards the back end of it. So.
Well, this looks like a slam dunk to me now.
Here we go. Ushin on the back of Tun goes defensive on the inside. Ushin now DRS wide open, going around the. He's going to have to do it along the outside of Tun. In fact, he might actually do it before he gets to the corner, and he has. So Ushin now in a P2, and now it's going to be the battle of the two racing points as Tun picks up a penalty. He's got Bones as well with unsafe release, getting that move done on him. Bree and Mike getting past Bree as well and trying to chase down unsafe release. As I said, Bones I think might just get away with taking those mediums to the end of the race.
I think he'll be fine. I think that there shouldn't be too much of an issue.
The only one that might be a little bit of an issue is Wakurs, because he's on 10-lap old mediums. I know he made a pit stop previously, but that was to come in for those mediums. As J. Luke very close to the back of Packer coming through turn 10. As Mike and Unsafe Release are trading places, so Mike and Unsafe Release both side by side going through turn 10. Unsafe Release does manage to hold that position from either Brim Mike, and now Bree is back in the equation of this. So, and well, we've obviously got this little training as well for like the final points scoring positions. If you guys are new to LOE as well, it is the top 12 that get points throughout the season. So Bree is currently our final points finisher, as J. Luke and Packer have just traded places. So J. Luke now up into P5. And Aledi has now got to try and do the difficult task of getting past Tun. And it doesn't look like Ushin's actually catching up to E-Dark. Although I'll say that, he just took out about 3 attempts in that one sector.
E-Dark's keeping it nice and steady though, in regards to ERS usage. He seems to be very comfortable. But I wouldn't get too comfortable because that gap's coming down.
Quite rapidly as well, and look, Tun's already lost the RS to Ushin.
That puts Aledi in a very, very nice spot.
Yeah. And look at James though, look how close he is to the back of Packer as well. Packer, you got to feel sorry for him because he's just losing places left, right and centre on these hard tyres.
Yeah, really feel for him. The hunter has become the hunted. The man that was making all the impressive moves early on is now a sitting duck, it feels.
Some would say he's a sitting E-Duck.
For goodness sake. Oh dear. Aledi overspeed is mad, but he doesn't go for it on Tom. I mean, plenty of people would, but he fought against it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Aledi didn't actually manage to go for it, because he's just losing time to Ushin when he was about, I don't know, I think it was like less than a second behind him. He's now dropped to about 2.5 seconds behind him. So it's kind of shocking to see that Aledi didn't actually manage to go for that move on Tun, but Packer as well is actually caught back up to the back of J. Luke, J-Luke, when I was keeping my eye on it, or keeping my eye on the deltas, he was closing up to the back of Aledi and Tun. Now, he's dropped back 2 seconds from him, and Packer is now back within DRS range of him. So I wonder if his tyres are starting to go off, even though they're 8 laps old. There's always that potential.
Resident Irishman is telling us it's Usin.
Usin. I don't know. I thought when I saw a stream from it previously, it was pronounced as Ushin. I don't know. I could be wrong.
All right, we'll go Ushin.
Yeah.
We'll go Ushin for now. We'll get corrected. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. As Aledi trying to go around the outside of Tun in towards turn 1, he's had to just give up that place, but he's looking like he's got more speed through turn 3, but has just had to back off ever so slightly. So Aledi having to stay down in P4 for now. But Tun is definitely going to be starting to feel the pressure.
The gap between Educk and Urson is not coming down at all. And that is the thing. I think this could be... It's just going to be a mistake. And this is the thing. It's going to be... Educk will probably feel like, if I make a mistake and I lose, if I go and I give him DRS, this is race over. He's probably right.
This battle for P5 is really heating up. I don't know how J-Luke hasn't managed to get away from these guys, but James still all over the back of Packer, and Packer is still all over the back of J-Luke, despite being on the harder compounded tyre. As James, no way is he trying to opt to go for a move on the hairpin. Not the hairpin, sorry, the chicane. He's just got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, and it's just absolutely cut the entire final chicane. But that's left Packer now out with DRS from J-Luke. But James trying to go for an absolute audacious move. As towards the back as well, we've got Mike and Bree, who are both side by side in towards turn 1. Mike holding that position around the outside of turn 1 to have the inside for turn 2. And just behind him, you've got unsafe release as well. This is all still a point story, a points battle, like towards the back end of the grid. We have got 5 laps left to go off this race, and your current race leader is still up on those set of hards. Ushin is starting to catch up to him ever so slightly, but he's still 1 and a bit seconds behind him. So, come the end of the race, will he actually be able to get... I mean, he's very close to getting that DRS on his teammate. As soon as he gets it, you've got to think that's when he's going to have an absolute go. But in the background, you can see Heated and Wakers both side by side. Heated covering off the inside from the McLaren. And keeps that position. Although Starger goes a bit too deep and has just spun. He hit the back of Wakursk, along with touching that turn 11 curb. And that is him. I think that's probably the best he's going to get. Is just, well, it's pretty much the final position. As Tun and Aledi now having another try around the outside of Tun. A little bit of contact between the pair of them, but Tun just manages to hold that P3 for now. And DJ Williamson and James as well. DJ Williamson have a little bit of a bit of a wiggle out of turn 2, and James is now back up into P7.
It's never fun trying to overtake James more than once. He's not going to be happy. He's going to have to do it again. Aledi, if Ton can hold this off, this will be one of the best defensive performances I've seen in league racing for quite a while. I just don't see it with DRS. Aledi, 3 seconds.
Yeah, so he really does have to try and get past Ton the old-fashioned way now. As there's yellows.
There's a massive move. Ivor's gone.
Mike's just, sorry, Bones has also just got on a penalty, and there's a safety car with 5 laps to go.
Wow, I didn't even think this was possible.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this has benefited Educk massively. He's going to have to come into the pits and put on a set of the softs. He stayed out. Surely, no. Someone has got to come in for a set of softs. Surely. Or they all just... No, they're all staying out. No.
Bree should, because he's got a massive gap.
James...
DJ Williams and... James... No, that's very clever, because Bree's about 10 seconds behind.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the worst idea in the world at all. I don't... Whether it works or not, I don't know, but the gap was quite large. Oh, I don't think it's going to work. No, it's
Oh,
going to
well,
tumble him.
Kursk,
It's
Bones,
going
and
to tumble
Tiggerby have
him.
come in.
Might as well.
Yeah. But this has not benefited Edok whatsoever now. Obviously not coming into the pits, because look at who is right up his arse.
You say that, but by the time this race gets going again, there's going to be no DRS.
True. He's got to do it via slipstream.
And he's also going to have to worry about Ton and... Well, if Aledi got past Ton, I think this would have been a lot more
Oh, it would have been a
crazy.
bigger battle. Yeah, 100%. I don't know if DJ Williamson's just hit the back of Packer, by the way. I could be wrong. But Bree, despite obviously having that spin, is now up into P8.
I can't believe either as DNF again. I feel it for him as well. He would have been feeling really confident. He was doing really well, really well. So commiserations to our bit of a commentators union here to get behind our boy.
Our fallen comrade. But Edok is really going to have another an absolute mental safety car restart. We're going to have only 2 laps left of the race when this safety car comes in, which is just insane.
I genuinely didn't think it was even able to come out this late.
I didn't think it would either. I thought with maybe 5 laps left to go, it wouldn't come out.
Even my cat's surprised. You probably hear it in the background. But no, it's this is
a tight situation for him.
Heaton's probably sat there thinking, "Oh, great!" If he knows there's 5 cars behind him on softs. Starter's had a right touch. Starter's had, although he's had a lap on them. Kudos to Starger as well for not just having a hissy fit and DNFing and retiring, because all of a sudden, at least he's going to have. Oh, don't do that, James. Some of the safety car etiquette is interesting. I think people need to use the formation lap as almost a practice for the inevitable. I feel.
Yeah, that's for certain. I can't believe we've got another safety car. Literally, Division 2 and Division 4 are supposed to be starting in 5 minutes' time, and we're not even going to be able to do that in literally 5 minutes. I'm guessing we're going to have to hold it.
As just, I suppose 5 pass would be ideal for
Yeah,
us.
it's going to have to be. But that's nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Edok, as I said, he's going to have an absolute blistering start if he wants any chance of holding back Ushin from who's on those set of mediums. And then Ton as well, if he has a very good start off of it, as Breeze just had a collision with DJ Williamson, Heated had a collision with Unsafe Release. Look how close the 2 racing points are. There we go. Edok straight underway. And Ushin's round! On the restart. Oh, he's collected cars!
Oh, no.
He's collected Tiggerby!
I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. Stunned into silence. I don't think there's going to be another. If there's another safety car, then. But this is crazy. This has given us a finish for the ages. So now we've got a Leddy who's got a tyre advantage.
He really has. Oh, DJ Williamson just hit the back of Packer. Packer's just had a bit of a half spin. Bree's still all over the back of DJ Williamson. Now DJ Williamson has that wing damage. But I don't know if Bree got any wing damage under the safety car. Because apparently he had a collision with him.
Look who's in the points. Mr. Starger.
Only just as well.
Get up there, my boy.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Oh, James has gone very wide out of the hairpin. I don't know if he overtook Unsafe Release under that, but I think James might have to give that place back. I don't know, because he went out very wide. As Bones and Starjar. Oh, they can't see each other, can they? So it's a
No,
battle of who could mount each other to the end of the race. As Heated has actually just lost out 2 places. So Heated's now down into P13.
Starter's on the tear.
And we're on a final lap.
But Bones is going to jump him, I think. Oh no, they can't see each other. I just wondered why he was driving at the back of him. But Eduk is somehow... This is going to go... If you've won this race, you're going to love it, aren't you? If you haven't, everyone's probably going to be spitting feathers. I mean, we assume he's won it. The pens have been here, there and everywhere, so...
That's absolutely nuts. James, look how close he is to the back of Bree, but he's got to have a bit of a lot of late braking, and that's exactly what he's done. He almost went into the back of the Renault driver. Very close. Look at it. Absolutely insane.
This is mad racing, and I think Eduk's going to do it.
Oh, James, he's hit the back of
James.
Bree. I don't think it's affected him too much as Heated has just going up the hill as well. I'm going to go on board with Eduk as he is just about to make his way, or he's making his way through the final chicane now. Tun, you can see just behind him. Aledi is also just behind him as well. Aledi unfortunately hasn't managed to get past Tun in these final comings of the race, but Eduk, congratulations to him. He's actually just set the fastest lap as well. And J Luke's jumped up to second.
Wow.
James had a 20-second time penalty.
Unserved drive-through.
He's jumped down to 12th.
Starter's come 8th.
8 thousandths of a second behind Bones.
Make of that what you will.
What?
No idea.
There's yellows in sector 3. Is that Heated? I don't know why Heated stopped, because he could have finished ahead of James. What?
I have no idea what happened there. Like, what is that? Oh well, we have to give Eduk the credit, don't we? We obviously have to
certainly do, yeah.
Shout. And we have to give Ton as... I think Ton might well be leading the championship now. I don't know exactly, but I suspect he might be. Wow.
I've got no words for that. Bree ended up finishing 10th in the end, despite coming high. I think he actually came across the line like 6th or 7th. But James came 4th. Came 5th and finished 12th. Yeah. Heated's going to be kicking himself. Look at that. If he didn't stop and weave, he would have had point. DJ Williamson got 1 20-second time penalty. So he could have finished 4th.
I don't know. Driver of the day?
There's no contestation. I've got to say it's Eduk. I've got to say it's Eduk. There is no other person I can think of that will have that driver of the day. But those are your final classifications. Make of it of what you will. Eduk 1, J Luke 2nd with Tun in 3rd, Aledi 4th, Packer in 5th, Unsafe Release in 6th, Bones in 7th, Starger 8th, Wilkers 9th, Bree in 10th, DJ Williamson in 11th with James running out the top 12. Heated also coming home in 13th, and obviously we had all of our non-finishers, the likes of Cam, a Dutch face. Just trying to remember off the top of my head. Cam at Dutch Face, Ushin, Tiggerby. That was a very insane race.
I need to lie down. I don't need to do it.
Yeah. That was absolutely nuts at the end. Absolutely nuts.
I don't need a league race now. I really don't. I need to go.
Need to have a lie down.
Join us. Please join us for D2.
Yeah. Right, we are going to have to get going for D2. Thank you to everyone for watching that stream. We will catch you guys next week for the Monaco Grand Prix, where I will suspect there will be a hell of a lot of safety cars coming out. So we will catch you guys next week for then.